Good morning, one and all. I, Professor Dr. Shalini Gautam, Head Outreach, DME, along with my co-convener, Mr. Madhav Sharma, Assistant Professor, DME Media School, would like to welcome you all in Multidimensional Leadership Conclave, Mdlc 2024. Today's topic of Mdlc is Digital Content Consumption by Gen Z, Opportunities and Challenges. The reason for taking this topic is many. Few of them are, we have come across a recent national survey which indicate that 60% of youngsters aged 9 to 17 years spend more than 3 hours daily on social media, or they are playing games on virtually. The study also revealed that other than social media, OTT platforms are also the primary choice for children's leisure activities, with approximately 37% of parents indicating them as their child's preferred pastime. The popularity is closely followed by gaming. The children are getting addicted to gadgets and are spending too much time on screen, which is causing them to have physical problems as well as mental anxiety. The addiction is impacting our future generations, which is an area of concern, and that's why this topic of discussion today. So without much ado, I would like to introduce our esteemed panelists one by one. First and foremost, I would like to introduce Mrs. Archana Srivastav, ma'am, Principal, East Point School, Vasundhara, Delhi. She has more than 29 years of teaching experience and had worked in various schools like National Victor, DLF Public School, to name a few. She has done her Masters in Economics and B.Ed from Banaras Hindu University. She was the founder principal of Kaushalya World School, Greater Noida. She has received multiple rewards, including Best Teacher Award consecutively for 3 years from career launches. We welcome you, ma'am. I would like to request Amrish sir to please come forward and felicitate ma'am. We have with us Mrs. Sonu Kundra, ma'am, Principal, Modern School, Vaishali. She brings over 30 years of extensive experience in educational leadership with a strong educational background, including a master's in chemistry. She is a dedicated educational leader committed to fostering an inclusive, innovative, and inspiring learning environment. Her vision is to empower students and educators to achieve their highest potential through a culture of excellence, collaboration, and continuous improvement. She has worked with various schools of Delhi and Noida. She has headed Vivekanand International School, Delhi for 8 years before joining Modern School, Vaishali. She is awarded with the Most Innovative Principal of 2023 by National School Awards. We welcome you, ma'am. Sir, to felicitate ma'am, please. I would like to hand over the podium to my co-convener now, Mr. Madhav Sharma.
On panel, we have Mr. Amit Bhatia, Entertainment Editor, ABP Entertainment Live. Amit has been working in the media for more than 16 years now. He's leading the entertainment video in ABP News Digital. He has done interviews with big stars of Bollywood. He has also given reviews to the films. He has his Bollywood show, Ciffi, is also quite popular. He has a long experience in TV, also in the entertainment and programming shows. After studying in Kirorimal College, Delhi University, he did a course in journalism from Bharati Vidya Bhavan. He started his career with Star News in the year 2007. He also worked in TV Today Network for about 3 years. He's fond of reading and traveling and would like to meet new people and love to see new places. He's very active on social media and loves to stay connected with the people through his posts and videos. We are happy to have you, sir. I would like to request, sir, Amrish sir, please felicitate our guest. On panel, we have Madam Richa Badola, Headmistress at Cambridge School, Noida. We are honored to have Ma'am. Ms. Badola is committed to providing best quality education, which includes not only academic learning, but is also focused on the holistic development of the child. Her research paper on storytelling in teaching science got selected in the 9th National Teacher Science Congress. She is a lover of sustainability and has made significant contributions through the active engagement and promotion of eco-friendly lifestyle. She is a true beacon of discipline, focus, and hard work. Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable presence. So we'll be starting today's panel with the opening remarks of our Dean and the Festival Director of Ciffi, Dr. Mdlc Saxena. But before inviting him, I would like to read his profile. Dr. Mdlc Saxena is a journalist turned media educator. As a media practitioner, he has worked on all media platforms, print, radio, TV, films, and digital during his long career. As a media educator, he has worked in various educational institutions of repute. At present, he is the professor and dean in DME Media School at Delhi Metropolitan Education, IP University, and he is also the director of DME Studios and Production. Along with this, he is the director of the International Relations at DME. We are happy to have you, sir, today. I would like to invite you for the opening remarks.
Welcome all the esteemed principals and Mr. Bhatia and my students who are present in this session on the second day of Ciffi. Ciffi is a film festival which is entered into its 5th edition, and every year we try to include something new. So this year we put our focus on school students, and a number of workshops we have planned before the festival, after the festival for school students, because filmmaking is such thing which we teach at the bachelor's level here in DME, but then we feel the way the technology has expanded and understanding has increased, we should also tap the budding filmmakers while they are studying in schools. And keeping that in mind, we are organizing these 2 sessions, one with you people, and tomorrow we have a workshop with the school students where Madhav and Vishal will be training them as to how to make films, and that kind of sensitivity is to be created. Now, the topic of today's discussion, we all understand we are living in an age wherein we are all exposed to digital media. Rather, I should say it has become a part of life from morning till evening. If our mobile phone is not with us, we feel helplessness. Like I recently had gone to Goa and my mobile phone crashed, and I had, within a day, I thought that I can manage, but within a day, I realized that it will not I will not be able to pull on, and I purchased a new one, because everything is there in the digital space. So if you do not have your smartphone, then your existence is in danger that way. So now, as far as the content is concerned, as the technology is increasing, and we all have witnessed from terrestrial broadcasting to satellite communication to AI-based communication, everything has been changing continuously. And if contents are available all the time, and through your smartphone, anything can be listened, anything can be read, anything can be viewed anytime. So this accessibility is, in fact, I would not say that it will create a problem or it has created a problem, but the problem is that if there is too much information load, if the accessibility is so easy that you can access all kind of contents anytime, then certain issues arise, and for the reason, because when we look into as to what kind of content should be consumed by which segment of people, it was basically the basic concept behind the introducing the Central Board of Film Certification. So when the films are being certified, then it is decided that what kind of content are age appropriate, I mean which content can be watched or consumed by children, by adults, and then by the adult people. Now, because of the easy accessibility, because of this digital technology, that bar has diminished in a way, and even parental control is not possible in such kind of cases. And since the time this COVID-19 happened, the whole education became digital. So even if the parents who were not earlier ready to give the smartphone or the laptop to their children, it became a necessity because all education was happening on the laptop. So and then internet access has to be there. So parental control become a problem there. So any kind of content can be consumed by anybody anytime. So this has really created a problem, and I believe there are no easy solutions to this. Earlier also, if we understand the nature of the digital media, it has no boundaries. And because of this, if I look into the legal aspect, it's not possible to control by any government of any country. This is definitely a matter of concern as to how we can make sure that the contents are to be consumed only by the segment for which those contents have been created. OTT, again, I mean, it's not even the case of the smartphone. If a child is sitting at home and any content can be watched on OTT, obviously there are certain devices wherein you can control that, but then it's difficult in today's time. So this has created a problem. I believe since you people are handling the children, you can understand this better than us who are dealing with adult students as to how to handle this. There are positive aspects also, no doubt about this. Today's generation with smartphones in their pockets, they are more informed, they are more vigilant on certain things, but then if a person is of a less age, I mean 10 or 12 years, so obviously whatever positive things we can talk about, but then that understanding will never be there as to what kind of content will help in what, or what kind of content can damage or can harm in certain areas. So that will reflect in the development of the personality of the child. So I believe we will be able to hear different perspectives on this issue and how the whole thing can be turned into a positive connotations, because in media, particularly since I am from the media background, in media, everything is related to technology. As the technology advances, accordingly the media grows. And it is true right from the beginning of the media, when this first newspaper was taken out, when radio was introduced. So as the technology came, then the radio became possible. As the technology came and the experiment was done to bring television, then the television came. So everything, and when satellite came, so whole scenario of satellite communication broadcasting changed. So technology is the key thing. So we cannot accuse the technology. Technology brings a lot of good things with it, and any technology has a lot of negative things which if we cannot control could harm the society. So we have to look into as to what all aspects have to be looked into the digital content consumption, and how we can make sure that all such contents are made accessible to our younger generations, which can help in the growth of the society in a positive manner. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving those opening remarks and setting the theme of today's panel discussion. So we'll straight away go to our panel discussion, the point of discussion. So when we talk about the digital consumption, there are various dimensions of this digital consumption. These are the platform preference by Gen Z, the content which is created by Gen Z, the digital influencers, the privacy concern, and of course the authenticity of online data. So we would like to ask about these dimensions from our esteemed panelists. So I would like to start from you, Mrs. Kumdra ma'am. There are many digital platforms through which data can be consumed. So what do you think is the most popular digital platform among Gen Z, and how would it impact them? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. As far as I feel, this consumption, the social media has been, it is embedded in their persona. In Gen Z, they work around it. They cannot leave it. So, because they have been, they are born in this age with mobile phones and technology and internet around them. Even if we see when they were 1 year old or 2 year old, they know how to operate a phone, how to play games. They listen to music. So as soon as they were born, this thing was embedded into their this thing existence. So they cannot do without it. As far as different platforms are concerned, there are so many platforms, and even new platforms are coming up. But as far as I feel YouTube and Insta are something that they really, they see more often, because it has so much content in it. YouTube is, I think, 4 hours, 3 hours, as you said, 3 hours, 3 to 4 hours per day. Do you agree with this? No? Maybe some may disagree, but I think, as far as surveys are also concerned, that YouTube is the most looked into channel, the platform, because it has diversified things. Like you can have entertainment, web series, videos, reels, education, entertainment, whatever you want, it is available. And everything is available, as sir also said, just the click of a finger. You have your smartphone wherever, anytime, anywhere, wherever you are, you can simply get any information or any means of entertainment that you want. So I think this is there.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for giving this these inputs. Yes, Madhav.
Okay, so the same question, ma'am, goes to Archana, ma'am. What are your thoughts about this regarding what kind of social media, as per you, the Gen Zs are following, and what are the basic here thing we need to, all these guys needs to know is the privacy concern. According to you, what's the things that we can take, what are the measures that we can take forward to? Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much for your question. First of all, the children who are sitting in front of me, I can see that most of the time we all are engaged with our mobiles, and 90% of our time the neck is down. So this is one of the features that has become a part and parcel of our life. But the various social media platforms that are in existence, definitely, as ma'am said, YouTube, Insta, even I have heard about Threads, but I am not used about it, but I have heard that there is some new thing that is coming in. So there is so much into the social media that every now and then a new invention comes. And when we talk about our children, we also need to understand that they are the alert citizens of our country. They are not unaware. And when we offer them with something new, why they will not get into it? Why they will not know about it? But the thing is that I will not say that they are not aware or alert, but the only thing that at times feels missing is that there is sometimes the search or the hunger for recognition, and that hunger for recognition goes into some ways which are haywire, and because of which there are certain contents that are posted on social media which might not be age appropriate first, and secondly it might not be ethically correct. So when we are doing that, we also need to understand that whom and which type of people we idolize. Is there someone, your role model? And for that, considering a person or anybody as your role model, you need to be really careful. Because once we idolize someone, we tend to follow that person irrespective of the fact that person has a certain positive impact on the society or not. So because of which I feel that the content that is being posted on social media is often the repercussions of what the children see around. But at the same time, we have people amongst these children only who are the budding entrepreneurs of our country, who have excelled beautifully in the skill development field. And we cannot blame them that they are only confined to certain social media contents and platforms. If they are confined, many of them are doing wonders for them as well. So it is amongst you, dear children, that you have to decide that which way you have to follow, and it has to be guided also. And we cannot shirk away from the responsibility of being teachers and educators, and more importantly, parents. So it has to be a guided thing. So I believe that platforms are numerous, plethora of platforms, and the content that they are posting is more or less often the result of what they observe from the surroundings. Thank you.
Ma'am, in continuation, what we have noticed in the recent past, especially during the COVID period, there is a lot of pressure that the students, the young generation face, the Gen Z face, regarding the pressure of increasing the followers and the likes on their post. So, ma'am, what advice you will like to give? And you must be have faced these kind of students also in your when you're on in your office. So there is a lot of pressure they feel that the followers are not increasing, and what kind of things we can do to overcome that?
Thank you. See, sir, honestly speaking, whosoever is sitting in this room, we all know one fact that we all love appreciations. किसको नहीं पसंद है कि अगर आपको कोई like करेगा, पसंद करेगा? We all love that. So it is very essential that we need to first understand that yes, we do like when people hit the like button or the heart button or the emojis, which they do. But yes, as I said, that the generation of today, the Gen Z, which we call them, they are definitely aware about various things, but the thing is the emotional quotient of the children, for which we as educators are also responsible to a larger extent, that have we given them the right knowledge about how to deal with emotional adversities? Because these children in this such a world where every second there is something new coming to the platform, have we told them or talked to them or spoken to them about how to deal with such type of the rush of the things that are coming to them? We have not. And therefore the need of the hour, as sir is in journalism, he would really know and understand that how technology is really making a difference in our lives every day. And if as younger generations, because we should also understand that when we were of our age, 1 book, 2 book, 3 book, we all used to get confused with number of books. Similarly is with these children, one technology, new platform, another area. So these children are bound to get. But yes, as I told in my beginning, that it is very crucial to understand that no one is as important as you. If you like yourself, raise your hand, and if you like yourself, click the button and forget. Who likes you will like you. Who will not like you will not like you, whatever you do. And the one who likes you, also you need to check that whether they really like you or they are just doing it for the sake of doing it. So you need to understand. And you children are very smart, very aware, and very, very intelligent, actually on the different areas. So that intelligence has to be focused. And in that case, sir, I have to say that the parents also needs to exercise certain control. Okay. I cannot expect my child to read a book while I am on my mobile. Yeah. So it has to be two ways. So that is there, and they they are worried about likes and followers. But the thing is that if they believe in themselves, the self-confidence and the belief within, if you have, I don't think that you need anyone else's validation. You yourself are enough to validate your own personality. So that is what I feel.
Thank you. Moving on, Richa ma'am. Given the increasing concern about the privacy and how the Gen Z navigate the balance between the personalized content and the recommendations and maintaining their privacy online, how we can work on that, and what are your thoughts about it, ma'am?
So good afternoon. Okay, so regarding the privacy, Gen Z is very, very privacy oriented. This is one thing that we need to know. Like your first question when you asked about the preferences for platforms, I'll just go back to that question. First, we need to ask ourselves, why are they going for those platforms? Okay, because this Gen Z is charmed by this visually curated world. of the social media. So they're attracted by the Instagram, Snapchats, because this is the place where they can freely express themselves without the fear of being judged by anybody. Then they feel connected because they're within that same group, which we may even call a social crew. And coming to privacy, so they are going for these apps because they want their information to be really private and secured. Like take for instance Snapchat. In Snapchat there is a feature that when you post a picture it gets deleted after some time. Likewise, if somebody is trying to take your screenshot, you get notified about it. So because they want to save their privacy, they don't want to go to public. So this is the reason why they are following these places, but platforms. But at the same time, yes, this Gen Z is an intelligent generation because they were born at the time of internet, and they have spent their childhood years doing this online thing and in this arena of social media. So like they can have kind of a mastery or a control over this online world. They know the settings, the privacy settings in the phones and the websites. So they know if they don't want to share some information, they will put the controls over there, right? But this also has its own repercussions. Sometimes, like, there are different levels of privacy. Okay, your name, age, gender, they all fall under the low privacy data. Your shopping preferences, your shopping history, your monthly income, your expenditures, they come under the medium privacy. When it comes to the high privacy data, like your Aadhaar card, your biometrics, right, your GPS locations, now here they are associated with some kind of reservation on part of them if you are an informed Gen Z, and they do not like to share it. However, there was a study by Deloitte which showed that there are still some consumers, I mean the Gen Z only we are talking about, that about 75% of them are even more prone to online scams that are happening. So in that case, I will say that you have to be very careful about what you share and the reason why you are sharing it. There is a demand for personalized content, right? But that comes at the cost of sharing your personal data, and the risks and the stakes are very high. So you need to know where you have to put a full stop and what could be the repercussions of that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for those insights. Now, I would like to come to the other side. We all have heard from the educators that Gen Z is facing problems as far as emotional anxiety is concerned. Everybody would like to be praised. The YT is the most common channel which the Gen Z is using. Now, I would like to ask from our media partner, ABP, the media representative. So, Gen Z, they value sincerity and trust, whatever content they are consuming. So how can companies or the content creators can foster the trust and genuine connection with the audience, and what are the obstacles? Like we in the morning only in the boardroom we were discussing about certain misinformation or the perceptions that we have about our celebrities. So how to deal with it, and what is the responsibility of the entertainment giants? Yes, over to you, sir.
सबसे पहले एक किस्सा सुनाता हूँ आप सबको. डिजिटल मीडिया आज हम ये पूरा पैनल मुझे लगता है डिजिटल मीडिया के लिए ही हो रहा है. बड़े सारे लोग अभी भी बैठ के कोई इंस्टाग्राम देख रहा है, कोई यूट्यूब देख रहा है. तो ये किस्सा ध्यान से सुनना, उसके बाद इंस्टाग्राम पे जाना पड़ेगा. जब आप लोगों की तरह मैं कॉलेज में था, 2007 की बात है, तो आप लोगों को असाइनमेंट मिलते हैं? नहीं मिलते? तो थोड़ा जोश में बताओ ना यार. इन लोगों को भी लंच करवाना पड़ेगा हमें इसके बाद, एनर्जी इज डाउन. तो हमें एक असाइनमेंट मिला कि आपको एक सेलिब्रिटी का इंटरव्यू करना है. 4-5 लोगों की एक टीम बना दी गई, ठीक है. तो उस वक्त हम रीच आउट करते थे सेलिब्रिटीज को. अब जब आप कॉलेज में होते हो तो कितने ही लेवल के सेलिब्रिटी तक पहुंच पाते हो, मतलब ठीक ठाक बहुत बड़े शाहरुख खान तक तो पहुंच नहीं पाओगे. तो हमारे टीम में एक लड़की थी, उसने दिल्ली क्रिकेट टीम के 2 क्रिकेटर्स को लाइन अप कर लिया. 5 नंबर का वो असाइनमेंट था, 5 नंबर बहुत होते. 5 में से 0 मिलेंगे, 1 मिलेगा, 2 मिलेगा। आजकल 100 नंबर का होता होगा, 80 का होता होगा, जितने का भी होता होगा, बट वो हमारे लिए 5 नंबर का असाइनमेंट था। तो स्टूडियो मिल गया हमें। हमारा स्टूडियो भी उतना अच्छा नहीं था जितना आपका स्टूडियो, तो बहुत खूबसूरत स्टूडियो बना हुआ है कॉलेज के हिसाब से। तो जिस दिन शूट था उस दिन उन दोनों ने आने से मना कर दिया कि हम तो नहीं आएंगे। तो सब परेशान कि क्या करें भाई, हमारे तो 0 नंबर मिल जाएंगे, क्योंकि सब सेलिब्रिटी नहीं होगा तो इंटरव्यू किसको करोगे। तो उन्होंने कहा कि हम 2 लड़के भेज रहे हैं जो आने वाले टाइम में बड़े क्रिकेटर बनेंगे। अब हमको लगा भाई लॉलीपॉप पकड़ा रहे हैं कि किसी को भी भेज देंगे। अब आपके विशाल सर उस वक्त मेरे टीचर हुआ करते थे, तो उनसे भी सलाह ली गई। तो उन्होंने कहा कि तू कर ले जैसे वो बोलते हैं, आपको पता ही उनकी आदत, ठीक है, कर ले देखेंगे। तो हमने उन 2 क्रिकेटर्स को बुलाया, वो इंटरव्यू हुआ, खत्म हुई बात। 5 में से पता नहीं हमें कितने नंबर मिले नहीं मिले, ठीक है, कॉलेज पास आउट हो गए, स्टार न्यूज में नौकरी मिल गई। 4-5 साल बाद मैंने देखा टीम इंडिया अंडर 19 वर्ल्ड कप जीत गई। मैंने देखा ये तो वही लड़का है जिसका मैंने इंटरव्यू किया था। 2-3 साल बाद वो बंदा टीम इंडिया का कैप्टन बन गया। कौन था वो? विराट कोहली। सो अगर ये बात मैं वैसे बोलता तो आप कहते हैं चल चल फेंक रहा है, ठीक है, बट अभी आई कैन ओपन माई इंस्टाग्राम एंड शो यू द विजुअल्स ऑफ दैट। वो कॉलेज ने अपलोड किया, उसके बाद हमने उसको डाला, तो इट वेंट वेरी वायरल, विराट कोहली का फर्स्ट इंटरव्यू। तो डिजिटल मीडिया का कहीं ना कहीं ये फायदा तो है। अगर मान लो मैं अखबार की क्लिपिंग होती तो शायद कहीं खो गई होती, हम किसी को शायद यकीन भी नहीं दिला पाते। या आपके पास अगर मान लो पहले तो ऑटोग्राफ का दौर हुआ करता था, अब तो आप किसी से भी मिलते हो सेल्फी लेते हो ना। तो डिजिटल मीडिया इंपॉर्टेंट है, उसके फायदे हैं, बट ऑथेंटिसिटी, जैसा कि आपका क्वेश्चन था, तो ऑथेंटिसिटी ऐसी है कि अभी 2 दिन पहले पूनम पांडे ने बोला मेरी मौत हो गई है, ठीक है, सब लग गए पता करने में भाई कहां है, ठीक है, हमने भी पता किया कानपुर में कहीं कहीं कोई रिकॉर्ड ही नहीं है, ठीक है। तो उसने डिजिटल मीडिया का फायदा उठाया, ठीक है, और एक दिन सबको बेवकूफ बनाया, ठीक है। हमको पहले से पता था, मैंने अपने ऑफिस के ग्रुप में एक मैसेज डाला, ये कल जिंदा निकलेगी और बोलेगी मेरा पुनर्जन्म हुआ है, ठीक है, नोइंग हर। और वही हुआ, वो अगले दिन आई और कि मैं तो सर्वाइकल कैंसर के लिए अवेयरनेस क्रिएट कर रही थी, और क्या नाम है, अभी कल खबर आई है कि उसको सर्वाइकल कैंसर का ब्रांड एम्बेसडर भी बना सकते हैं। तो डिजिटल पे भरोसा, मतलब आज की डेट में रिलेशनशिप्स में भरोसा वैसा ही है बस, कि यू नेवर नो कि क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा। हाँ, यू हैव टू सी। अब हम लोग फिल्म के रिव्यूज करते हैं, ठीक है, तो कई घटिया फिल्में होती हैं जिनके अच्छे रिव्यूज आ जाते हैं, कई अच्छी फिल्में होती हैं जिनके खराब रिव्यूज आ जाते हैं। अब उसमें होता क्या है, अगर आपने किसी फिल्म को अच्छा कह दिया, उसमें भी कमेंट आता है कितने पैसे मिले, जिसको खराब कह दिया उसमें भी कमेंट आता है कितने पैसे मिले। आज तक समझ में नहीं आया कि पैसे देता कौन है। मतलब अगर कोई दे ही दे तो उसके बाद अगर वो ताने सुनने को मिले तो ज्यादा बेहतर, कुछ कमाई भी हो जाएगी। तो ऑथेंटिसिटी आपको खुद देखनी पड़ेगी कि भाई, अब कई न्यूज चैनल्स होते हैं, तो कुछ एक ऑथेंटिक होते हैं, कुछ एक होते हैं ऑथेंटिक, ठीक है, कुछ एक नहीं होते हैं। तो वो हमें खुद को जज करना पड़ेगा। जैसे मेरी मैम से भी बात हो रही थी कि ऑथेंटिसिटी अगर जिसकी होगी वही दिल तक पहुंचेगा। आपको आज की डेट में पता चल जाता है कि कौन झूठ बोल रहा है और कौन सच बोल रहा है। और डिजिटल का दौर तो ऐसा है कि मतलब यहां झूठ इस तरीके से बोला जाता है कि आपको भरोसा ही नहीं होगा। सबसे बड़ा झूठा है व्हाट्सएप फॉरवर्ड्स। मतलब एक मैसेज अगर आ जाए वो इतनी तेजी से फैलता है और 4-5 घंटे बाद पता चलता है कि वैसा कुछ तो था ही नहीं, पूनम पांडे टाइप। तो ऑथेंटिसिटी बहुत कम है। बट वो आप जिस तरह के पेजेस को फॉलो कर रहे हो, जिस तरह के कंटेंट को फॉलो कर रहे हो, यू हैव टू सी कि क्या ऑथेंटिक है और क्या ऑथेंटिक नहीं है। अब कुछ लोगों को लगता है कि भाई फलाना जर्नलिस्ट ऑथेंटिक है, कुछ लोग कहते हैं वो गोदी मीडिया है। सो इट ऑल डिपेंड्स कि भाई आप किस तरह का कंटेंट फॉलो कर रहे हो, बट आई थिंक जो आप लोग जिस तरह का कोर्स कर रहे हो उसके लिए डिजिटल मीडिया इज समथिंग जो कि बहुत बड़ी चीज है। क्योंकि आज आप लोगों को अगर मान लो कल को किसी बड़े चैनल में नौकरी नहीं भी मिलती है, आपको परेशान होने की जरूरत नहीं है, आपके पास आपका अपना फोन है, आप उससे कंटेंट बना सकते हो, अगर कंटेंट अच्छा हुआ तो वो चलेगा। और जो आप कह रहे हो ऑथेंटिसिटी की बात, अगर आपने अच्छा कंटेंट बनाया तो ऑथेंटिक कंटेंट भी माना जाएगा और लोग फॉलो भी करेंगे। बड़े सारे ऐसे यूट्यूबर्स हैं और बड़े सारे ऐसे इंस्टाग्रामर्स हैं जो बहुत ऑथेंटिक कंटेंट बनाते हैं, एंड आप उनका कमेंट सेक्शन जाके देखो, उनके चैनल को जाके देखो, पीपल फॉलो देम रियली वेल। तो ऑथेंटिसिटी खुद को बना, और हमें देखना होगा कि भाई हम किस ऑथेंटिक बंदे को फॉलो कर रहे हैं। अब आज की डेट में जो सबसे ज्यादा कंजम्पशन है वो रील्स का है। आई थिंक सबसे ज्यादा, मुझे लगता है आप में से कितने लोग दिन में 1-2 घंटा कम से कम रील्स देखते होंगे? सब देखते होंगे। तो अभी मैं 2-4 दिन पहले किसी का इंटरव्यू कर रहा था, तो उनकी सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम पता क्या थी? कि उनको रील्स देखने का टाइम नहीं मिल रहा। सेट कि इतनी बिजी हूं अमित की रील्स नहीं देख पा रही हूं। तो ये रील्स और कल्चर हमारे अंदर इतना एम्बेड हो चुका है, क्योंकि हम एक देखते हैं, दूसरा देखते हैं, तीसरा देखते चले जाते हैं, देखते चले जाते हैं, और हम वही इमेजिन करने लगते हैं कि अच्छा ये इन्फ्लुएंसर ये घूम रहा है यूरोप में, ठीक है, हमको भी ऐसा ही घूमना है। कभी इन्फ्लुएंसर्स को रील्स शूट करते हुए देख लेना। अभी तो आप बहुत इन्फ्लुएंस होती हो ना, सारा इन्फ्लुएंस खत्म हो जाएगा जब आप देखोगे वो किस तरह से शूट करते हैं, वो किस तरह से स्ट्रगल करते हैं, क्योंकि हम सिर्फ उतना ही देख रहे हैं जितना दिख रहा है, बट उसके पीछे बहुत कुछ होता है। तो आई थिंक आप लोग, क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया आपकी जिंदगी का एक अहम हिस्सा है, और मुझे लगता है कि आजकल तो आप लोग घूमने भी इसीलिए जाते हो कि रील बनाने का कंटेंट नहीं है यार। और बेसिकली तो है, शाम को जब जाएंगे किसी रेस्टोरेंट में स्टोरी डालेंगे, फिर 4 लोग पूछेंगे कहाँ है तू, कहाँ है तू, ठीक है, कौन सी जगह है ये, ठीक है। तो ये आप लोगों ने अपनी जिंदगी का हिस्सा बना लिया, और आप लोगों ने नहीं, हम सब ने कहीं ना कहीं, मतलब वी ऑल आर एडिक्टेड। तो बट देयर हैज टू बी अ बैलेंस, क्योंकि सोशल मीडिया की दुनिया और असली दुनिया बहुत फर्क होता है। अभी कुछ टाइम पहले क्या हुआ था, एक बहुत बड़ी सोशल मीडिया इन्फ्लुएंसर है, उनकी डेथ हुई। उनके 2 मिलियन फॉलोअर्स थे, एक जना भी नहीं आया था। तो वो खबर छपी थी कि 2 मिलियन फॉलोअर्स थे और एक जना भी नहीं आया। सोशल मीडिया की दुनिया बड़ी आभासी टाइप की दुनिया है, मतलब जस्ट पीपल जस्ट सी, लड़की की फोटो है, ओ वेरी क्यूट, वेरी गॉर्जियस, ये वो, बस वो उस तरह के कमेंट्स आएंगे, ठीक है। बट यू नो व्हेन यू आर इन ट्रबल, देन दोस फॉलोअर्स आर नॉट गोइंग टू हेल्प यू एंड टेक यू आउट, दे आर नॉट गोइंग टू डू योर असाइनमेंट्स, टीचर की डांट से वो नहीं बचाने आएंगे। तो जो अपने आसपास के लोग भी हैं, थोड़ा सा मुझे लगता है हमें उन पर भी ध्यान देना चाहिए कि असली लोग जो हैं, असली दोस्त जो हैं, हमारी फैमिली जो है, बिकॉज हम ऑल द टाइम फोन में घुसे और कहीं ना कहीं उन्होंने हमें कैप्चर कर लिया। इतने ऐप्स हैं कि हम इंस्टाग्राम खोलते हैं, बंद करते हैं, फिर हम फेसबुक खोलते हैं, फिर हम व्हाट्सएप खोलते हैं, फिर हम स्नैपचैट खोलते हैं, फिर हम थ्रेड्स खोलते हैं, फिर हम ट्विटर खोलते हैं, हमें लगता है कहीं कुछ छूट ना जाए।
I think that demarcation between the virtual world and real world are somewhere, getting blurred. And we are talking about augmented reality,
Yes.
virtual reality, and it's all getting mixed up. We all are confused at who are our real friends or the virtual friends. Like you have said, how many followers are going to come when we need it. So that's what we need to actually define. So
And I want to add on to this, like
Please,
he was
ma'am.
talking about authenticity. We're demanding authenticity, but at the same time, we also have to be very authentic and real. We should stop posting, photographs with filters and videos, curated videos. So, you should, what you're demanding, you should, so, I mean, because, what people sell what is being asked, and you also are in the same domain where you are yourself also selling a different image of yourself. So you need to have a very high self-esteem. Now when we're talking about mobile apps, there's another mobile app, Be Like. Have you heard of it? Okay, now this Be Like is a mobile app which is kind of, it's reinventing the growing desire of authenticity in the young generation. So in this app, it asks the users to post one unfiltered picture at a particular time. Like a notification will go to all the users at a particular time that now this is the time. Now wherever you may be here or sleeping or sitting or reading a book or taking a stroll in the garden. At that time you have to post one unfiltered photo of it. And when you take a be like the front and the back camera. Both are active. Okay. And the hook here is that you can only see your followers' picture if you post yours also at that time. So this is something that is again catching up with the Gen Z because they like to be authentic. I mean, this is a new thing that has come up. So when we were talking about authenticity, so I mean, come over this likes and like what ma'am said, and your curated pictures, your filters. Snapchats में बहुत filters आते हैं. So you come out of that, have a high self-esteem, work hard, so that you start feeling proud of yourself, and then you not need any kind of makeup or a filter to represent yourself.
Yeah. I would just like to add that, whatever we say, but your online identity somehow has become more important. How you look online, how your DP looks, that has become more important than your physical actual self. And that leads to comparison. Acha, that person has posted such a pic, wo itna smart pic thi, I'll post something which is even better. So this has led to a sense of comparison, and sometimes, in some cases, not all, it leads to, low self-esteem also. Because अच्छा वही सेम थिंग लाइक्स एंड ऑल कि उसकी पिक्चर पर इतने लाइक्स हैं, हमारी पिक्चर पर लाइक्स कम है, आई विल पोस्ट अ बेटर पिक्चर. बट देन चिल्ड्रन आर नाउ spending more time and more effort on their online identity, which is not correct. No.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for those insights. I think we have come to an end of our round one of panel discussion. So now going to round two, where we'll be talking about various other things related with digital content consumption, and one of that is the gaming. So I would like to ask you, Richa ma'am, that many students and many children are addicted to online games. Instead of going out and playing in the field like cricket, badminton or football, they are all just glued to their gadgets and playing the online games. So I would like to ask you how to control this addiction and how to force the students. Like, there are many memes which are going around that in our times probably mothers and fathers, they used to shout and ask us to come back as soon as the sun sets down. But in today's generation, we actually have to virtually push our kids to go out and play. So what is your take on that?
See, children, they mirror their parents. So it's very important for the parents to set a good example for their children. If the parent, himself, or if they are themselves hooked to the phone all the time and they keep preaching that you go and study, then you are not setting a good example for your children. So, even the government also has to intervene. I mean, there have to be some clear regulations that need to be set in terms of your age restrictions and the time limit. Then there has to be some parental control. Now, the gaming industry has to work on, making softwares which give parental control, and there has to be some support system. It can come from the gaming industry or from the government. The support system can be in the form of a counseling service or some kind of I'll say helpline for the families which are dealing with this digital addiction. Then the schools also play a very important role. The lessons that we plan, they must have some mention of responsible gaming, so that you teach the child what is right and what is wrong in terms of the gaming environment. They are glued to playing whole day. So when we integrate this in our regular curriculum, I think it will pave way to a better learning and understanding of the fact that they now know that when they have to play and when they have to pause and what are the repercussions, because children at this age do not easily understand. We keep telling them don't do this, don't do that, and what I've noticed in this generation is, like, even if they have to do their homework, despite having many good reference books, they will resort to Google. Right, this is happening at my home also. Like, I've spent a great deal of money, and like I keep looking forward, "Acha, this is a good book, I'll get this for you," or what. But still, for finding even answers to NCERT questions, my son wants to look into Google. So I think this access of the laptop or the desktop to the children should be also restricted through the parents. And the school should also control it. Do not post your all assignments, at least till primary level, because I'm heading the primary wing. So I make it a point that please don't post assignments in WhatsApp, because then you are like setting the tone. Right, you are asking the parent, then it's expected by the parent or the child to check the WhatsApp portal to do the work. So give them worksheets and try to minimize their access to the laptops and the phones. Phone is only a means of communication for the school and the parent. That's it. But not for doing homework and like this WhatsApp community that the parents make. You share the notebook work of the child, and the child is also whole day sitting and copying through the WhatsApp. So what happens in the class also, this child is very disinclined to sit and do the work, because at the back of the mind he knows that when I'll go back home, my papa mommy will furnish me the work done in the class. So the parents have to play a very significant role over here.
Yeah, talking about parental control, Madam Kundra, so the question here comes that how about parental control and the consumption of the digital content. So how that can, that's a biggest challenge, and how parents are dealing. What are the ways the parents can deal, and what are the challenges? First of all, we can discuss the challenges and what are the measures that the parents can take to control this.
Thank you. As ma'am just now said, parents as well as children, everybody wants the easy way out, isn't it? Because as I have seen, all schools are now, they are, digitally empowered, and we have our ERP system, and we are posting our homework and our assignments and everything, and all circulars, date sheets, everything is on ERP. So that we want to save on paper, which is a good thing, but the parents, even after posting on ERP, they want the same information on their WhatsApp group. Because who will open the laptop or who will go to the app and see the homework? Please send it in the WhatsApp group. It is easier and it is available everywhere. Which is something that I really don't like when I talk to the parents, because they themselves are, encouraging the children to use mobile phones. So parents they also face challenges, but here I feel that parents also don't want to, do away with this, because they have also become, come in that comfort zone. Ke sara kaam easy ho raha hai, the child has not gone to school, so the screenshot of the notebook will come on the WhatsApp group. And they can make the children, earlier what used to happen, the parents used to come and request a notebook of a good child. You can just we'll get a photocopy of it. But all that is now past. This is not what is happening nowadays.
I actually wanted to ask you, ma'am, that we are talking about the parental control and all, but do you think it somehow, helped in disseminating the educational content also, the digital consumption? It helped somewhere in the, the educational content, the kind of information that probably we did not have access to when we were kids, but these kids do have. So do you think that, like ma'am talked about pros and cons, so do you think that the educational content and the information that we are disseminating, that is also a kind of positive thing which is coming out of this digital consumption?
Definitely. See, every coin has two sides.
Yes.
So positive aspects are also there, negative are also there. The main thing is to strike a balance between the two, which is sometimes actually very difficult. Because when the parents are asking for all the things on the phone, and then those parents only come and complain that my child is always using phone. When you are encouraging the child to copy from the phone or the laptop or iPad, whatever, so then the child will definitely misuse when you are giving him the commodity.
Yes.
So definitely they will do. Then parents, there are a few parents who really don't like this and who avoid. There are parents, a parent came to me and said, ma'am, that my child is not listening to me and he will not give away his phone. So what you can do is tomorrow when he will bring the phone in his bag. You please get his bag checked and keep the phone with you. I will not buy a new phone for him. And then the parent will be safe that I gave you the phone, now the principal has taken it, so let it be. And please don't return it back till the board exams are over. This is what the parent requested. Because the child was not listening to the parent. Yes. So that is why. They said if you take away the phone, I will get what I want, and the child will then start concentrating on his studies. Now, other side of it is that there are a few parents who really want to stop it, but they face challenges. Some of the parents are not that tech savvy. They do not know, the child will get past them. Whatever parental controls you put, the child will know, they definitely know what to do and how to go, over it. So that is one thing. Then sometimes when the parents, they keep looking into, they say that, whenever the child has the phone or the iPad, I sit in front and I do some work when he's using the phone. This kind of, monitoring sometimes becomes very intrusive. Children don't like it and they don't take it well. Then you will see, what have you opened now? Which window is open here? So it is very easy to go overboard also. There is a very thin line where you are monitoring what content they are watching, and then you are intruding their privacy, which is not all. You have to give them a little space. When we are asking something from the children, then we have to, think from their point of view also. So that is another thing. Then parents, because this online interactions have, somehow reduced the face-to-face interactions. Children don't go and meet their friends. They will, online, Zoom, anywhere they can talk. Whatever they have to do, they will communicate online. Parents want them to go out, as you said, that they don't go out to play. They don't go out to meet friends also. They are always available on a video call. They're always, when we see sometimes while walking on the road, the video call, they are talking over the video call and moving. How unsafe is that?
Yeah.
So these are some of the repercussions that we have, and parents, although they want good for their child, there are many, many challenges which they have to face.
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So we all like on a common platform that yes, there are pros and cons, and the challenges to use it consciously. Now that comes to the the next question which I would like to ask to you, Mr. Bhatia, that regarding the censorship. Right? Myself, Madhav sir and Vishal sir, we went to one of the schools, the government schools, to conduct a film workshop as a part of Ciffi only. And we went there within a week of Netflix releasing Animal, right? And Vishal sir, like you have said, उन्होंने पूछा कितने बच्चों ने Animal देखी है? And I think 90-95% of them have raised their hands, right? So we are talking about 9th class students who are way below the age limit of watching that movie because censor has given it A, but it is freely available on OTT now. Now, do you think that there is certain censorship which needs to be there, certain regulatory body which needs to be there on what is being streaming, not only on the OTT platforms, but also on our digital media, how to regulate this? I mean, it's a big sea out there. So how to regulate that? Yeah.
मैं इस पे शायद सबसे यही सवाल पूछता कि किसने एनिमल देखी है, किसने देखी है?
ये तो फिर भी एज लिमिट
तो नहीं एनिमल थिएटर में रिलीज हुई थी, फिल्म का तो सेंसर बोर्ड है, तो सेंसर बोर्ड ने कुछ नहीं किया. तो कई बार बहुत सारी ऐसी, एक फिल्म आई थी थैंक यू फॉर कमिंग, इट वाज ऑन ऑर्गेज्म, तो उसमें कोई बुराई नहीं थी, टॉपिक वाज गुड, फिल्म खराब थी, बट यू नो सेंसर जहां फिल्मों में है वो वहीं कुछ नहीं कर रहा है। पहली तो बात ये कि एनिमल सबसे पहले तो थिएटर में आई, वो तो सीबीएफसी है, सेंट्रल बोर्ड ऑफ फिल्म सर्टिफिकेशन, उस सेंट्रल बोर्ड ने उसको क्लियर किया, दैट इज व्हाई इट केम। ओटीटी पे तो वैसे ही कोई सेंसर नहीं है। तो सबसे पहले तो सेंसर होना चाहिए, बट सेंसर शुड बी पावरफुल, एंड सेंसर में वो लोग होने चाहिए जो एक्चुअल में कुछ करना भी चाहें। दे शुड नॉट बी रबर स्टैंप्स कि भाई अच्छा बड़ा फिल्म मेकर है, इसने जो बना दिया उसको पास कर दिया, ठीक है, अच्छा छोटा फिल्म मेकर है, लगाओ इसकी फिल्म में कट्स। ऐसा होता है, हम सुनते हैं इस फिल्म में 70 कट लग गए, इस फिल्म में ऐसा लग गया, इस फिल्म में वैसा लग गया, ठीक है, बट देन अब एनिमल फिल्म कैसी है कैसी नहीं है उस पर हम एक अलग बहस कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि वो आजकल बहुत डिबेट का मुद्दा, अल्फा मेल, तो मतलब बड़ी सारी लड़कियों का कहना उन्हें अल्फा मेल पसंद है, तो बड़ी सारियों का कहना हमें नहीं पसंद है, तो दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग। बट द थिंग इज कि सेंसर अगर है भी तो जहां है वो वहीं पे कुछ नहीं कर रहा है, तो यहां तो है ही नहीं, तो मुझे लगता है होना तो 100% चाहिए, लेकिन फिर आप गूगल खोल लीजिए, पॉर्न वेबसाइट्स एक क्लिक पे अवेलेबल है, तो वहां तो सेंसर वेंसर की जरूरत ही नहीं है, तो सब कुछ अवेलेबल है। तो आई थिंक कोई बहुत स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉडी अगर बनती है तो ही जा करके, जैसे अभी रिसेंटली एक छोटी सी बात बता रहा हूं, आई वेंट टू जॉर्डन, तो वहां हमें बताया गया जी यहां व्हाट्सएप नहीं चलता, वहां व्हाट्सएप नहीं चलता है, तो व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेजेस चल रहे थे, व्हाट्सएप कॉल्स नहीं चल रहे थे, ठीक है, तो वहां उन्होंने रूल बनाया ना कि व्हाट्सएप कॉल्स नहीं चलेंगे, नहीं चलेंगे तो नहीं चल रहे, किसी के नहीं चल रहे, चाहे कोई कोई मिनिस्टर होगा उसका भी नहीं चलेगा और कोई पियोन होगा उसका भी नहीं चलेगा। तो आई थिंक रेगुलेटरी बॉडी तो होनी ही चाहिए, और वो बहुत स्ट्रांग बॉडी होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि बाकी सारी चीजें भी तो, अगर मान लो आप ओटीटी पे सेंसरशिप लगा भी देते तब भी क्या होगा, हमारे हिंदुस्तान में तो जुगाड़ चलता है ना, मेरे चचा विधायक हैं, ठीक है, वो फिल्म फलाने के रिश्तेदार की है तो भैया इस पे सेंसर कुछ नहीं कहेगा, और जो बेचारे की वैसे की है और उसको काट पीट देंगे। तो मुझे लगता है होनी चाहिए, और बड़ी स्ट्रांग बॉडी होनी चाहिए जो किसी की ना सुने, जो कंटेंट देखे, और बहुत जगहों पे बॉडी बनानी पड़ेगी आपको, क्योंकि द थिंग इज ओटीटी भी है, आपका पॉर्न भी है, बहुत कुछ है, मतलब आई थिंक इसके लिए तो गवर्नमेंट को कोई बड़ा स्ट्रांग बिल लाना पड़ेगा, बहुत स्ट्रांग पनिशमेंट्स तय करने पड़ेंगे कि अगर आप इस लाइन को क्रॉस करते हैं तो ये होगा। और ऐसा नहीं है, जब एक बात बताओ, जब चालान का रेट 100 रुपए था ना रेड लाइट क्रॉस करने का, तो खट से लोग क्रॉस कर जाते थे कि 4 भी क्रॉस की तो क्या हुआ 400 रुपए, लेकिन जब उसका रेट बढ़ गया तो फिर लोगों ने सोचना शुरू किया कि नहीं यार अब तो एक ही बार में 2000 जाएंगे। तो कहीं ना कहीं गवर्नमेंट अगर चाहे तो कंट्रोल तो कर सकती है, ये हमने देखा है, जिस एरिया में पुलिस एक्टिव होती है वहां क्राइम नहीं होता, ये पुलिस के हाथ में होता है, जहां उनको सब पता होता है कहां पे क्या क्राइम चल रहा है, तो ये होता है। लेकिन मुझे लगता है इसके लिए बड़ी स्ट्रांग एक जो डिटर्मिनेशन है वो चाहिए, और अगर वो आ जाती है तो आई थिंक भला ही होगा, हम सबका ही भला होगा, और अच्छा कंटेंट लोगों तक पहुंचेगा, और जो फिलहाल जो गंदगी है कहीं ना कहीं, क्योंकि बहुत सारी है, तो वो कहीं ना कहीं कम होगी।
प्रॉब्लम इज कि सब कुछ अवेलेबल है, वही सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम,
सब कुछ एक क्लिक पे अवेलेबल है।
सेंटेंस दैट यू सेड इज रियली अ वेरी पावरफुल सेंटेंस कि सब कुछ अवेलेबल है, एंड दिस इज द रूट कॉज ऑफ द डिजिटल।
आप इंस्टाग्राम पर किसी सेलिब्रिटी की पोस्ट के नीचे जाके कमेंट्स देख लीजिए, वहां पे आपको दिख जाएगा कैसे कैसे पेजेस के कमेंट्स आते हैं, तो इंस्टाग्राम पे ही अवेलेबल है, तो बाकी तो आपको कहीं जाने की जरूरत ही नहीं है। ओटीटी का पासवर्ड और वो सब चीजें तो बात की बात है, तो कहीं कोई कंट्रोल है नहीं, एंड आई थिंक देयर शुड बी अ कंट्रोल, एंड नॉट जस्ट कंट्रोल, अ वेरी फर्म एंड स्ट्रॉन्ग कंट्रोल।
Yeah, and I think somehow it is also related to, directly or indirectly related to the piracy, because as soon as the film releases, the students know there are certain websites that you can simply go and after the day of the release you can watch the movie there, and of course there is torrent as well, which people are day by day misusing it. So there is, even if there are regulations, there is this the threat of piracy, which is still existing, and it is again affecting. Moving on, my question is for Madam Archana. Ma'am, there is a lot of influence on one person's mental health, and so can we have, like, this is just one way out that we can how we can encourage, or there are artists, there are influencers which can help us in encouraging the right kind of content consumption, ethical content consumption, and there are various obstacles as well in combating these things. So a lot of we have seen many suicide cases as well, where influencers are giving up their life related to because of the very mental pressures. So how we can encourage digital healthy habits basically?
So recently, I am just maybe in next week, one of my articles is coming in Hindustan Times, wherein I have written on this particular topic only about social media trolls and how to handle it. And in that, while I was writing it, I was referring to various anecdotes, and I came to know that maybe you all are aware also that recently Mark Zuckerberg was questioned at Senate, wherein there were the parents of the teenagers who had committed suicide because of the usage of Instagram, and there were certain posts which created such sort of emotional upheaval in those children, where the teenagers committed suicide, and they were questioning the authenticity of such platforms and all. Now my question is that setting up a courtroom, questioning at the Senate, asking questions to Mark Zuckerberg, will this solve the problem? It is not going to solve the problem by just, parents have lost their children. Can you imagine the pain, the trauma those parents will experience their all life now, that because they have lost those children because of those social media platforms? So we need to really, really understand that the influence of this social media, or the digital consumption as we call it, what we are using it has to be guided. And as sir said, that there are controls at various levels. Yesterday I was watching Shark Tank, wherein there was one app which a person has created similar to Ola and Uber in Bihar, wherein that person told that I have learned how to develop that entire app by watching YouTube. So he did not need a mentor, he did not need a coding team or any software developer to make an app for him. He just watched the YouTube and he created an app for himself. So we need to understand that what are we offering so freely to everybody. And that is, at times it can be so massacring, and it can be it can be very, very bad at times when we are giving everything to the children just at the click of the button. So it is extremely crucial to understand that when we are using such type of things, it is bound to lead us to some sort of a depression, anxiety, different type of emotional disorders. And I don't remember when I was small I had heard the word depression. I really don't. I have never heard the word depression. Okay, because हमारे में तो हम उदास भी होते थे तो मम्मी पापा लगा देते थे कि चलो खेलो, and things like that used to happen. So we have never heard the word depression. But nowadays it is so much talked about, and I'm not saying it's wrong. It must be talked about if anyone is facing such an issue, because the more the child is withdrawn from the society, from the family, from everyone, the child will feel depressed. But we also need to understand, as parents, as educators, as society people, responsible members of the society, that what are we offering to the children. And in that case, definitely, it's a two-way process. Parents cannot run after children, and children will not every time listen to the parents. So it is a very healthy relationship that must be developed between a parent and a child. And if at the first place in the family, if it is, digital fasting is happening, I don't think that there will be further problems. And that has to be the need of the hour. The parents and the children collaboratively. And I'll just quote one incident. 3 days back, my son who is working with EY, he told me that he is going on a picnic. I was so shocked. I thought, picnic जा रहे हो? तो कह रहा हाँ मम्मी, today we have decided that we will go out without our phones and all. So I told, वे कहाँ जा रहे हो? तो there is Sundar nursery somewhere near Humayun's tomb. So they went with their pets to Sundar nursery. And when he came back, for the first time I saw him talking to me for almost more than 1.5 hours. तो मुझे इतना अच्छा लगा. And you know, these type of things which we are missing at the moment. So children, you must go out for picnics, control yourself, leave your phones behind and talk to each other. And then you will come to know that what is really within our mind and heart, which we want to speak out, which we don't speak. And that's why, and that is how we can develop speakers and the persons who can really connect emotionally. And that is the need of the hour. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
I would
Yes,
just
ma'am.
like to add a line here. जैसे हम फास्टिंग करते हैं, you know, once a week or maybe after 15 days, one day we just have fruits. Body detox करते हैं ना? So we also require detox in this digital world as well. If it is important, but after a period, after 15-20 days, if you just for a day or so, as ma'am said, that leave your phone voluntarily and you know spend the whole day without looking into your phone, you will definitely feel much better. For what I have seen is that in our days, when we were young, our parents used to give us a slap or anything or any kind of punishment. But in today's world, the worst punishment is taking away their phone. You know, phone नहीं देंगे, phone का password नहीं देंगे, बाकी कुछ बोल दो वो कर देंगे. That is because there are n number of apps, their content, everything is there. So leave this and you will definitely enjoy yourself if after a few days you just detox your body. Thank you.
मैम एक्चुअली क्योंकि हमारे तो बड़े बच्चे हैं तो फ़ोन लेना अलाउड है, क्लास स्कूल्स में तो अलाउड नहीं है. तो अगर कोई बच्चा इनडिसिप्लिन कर रहा है, क्लास में बात कर रहा है, तो अगर उसका फ़ोन लेकर रख लो तो मतलब वो टीचर और बोला कि नहीं तो अगले दिन कल लेकर जाना, वो टीचर की जान खा जाएगा. जैसे वो राजा की जान होती थी ना तोते में, सेम वे सब बच्चों की जान उनके फोन में है. अगर फोन लेकर रख लिया, दे विल नॉट लीव अस टिल द टाइम. आई मीन अपॉलॉजी लिख देंगे सबको, मैम फोन दे दो बस, फोन नहीं. या
हमारे जैसे स्कूल्स में हमारे यहाँ गेट पे चेकिंग होती है. We have a checking with the physical education department and teachers have the checking. Now if any child by mistake, even if they bring mobile, now they know that their mobiles will be taken and given to the principal. So what they do, if at all they have carried, now they have become so aware that the moment they come to the gate, they automatically give it to the teacher कि sir गलती से आ गया आप रख लो मैं छुट्टी के समय ले लूंगा. So you know they have developed that. So हमें लगता है कि एटलीस्ट हम ये चेंज तो लेके आ पाए कि वो क्लासरूम में ले जाने से डर रहा है. So that is happening. But still ma'am, it is they are very smart and young people and very very energetic. Right. They know what to do with their life.
Okay, so I think that it's a very very interesting panel discussion. We can go on and on, but I would just like to ask the audience and the teachers present here, if you have any question from our esteemed panelist, you can ask before we conclude. Anyone?
मैं बहुत देर से था कि मैं एक क्वेश्चन दो हैं मेरे उसमें आप लोग की बात सुनने के बाद. पहला ये कि अभी हमने रिसेंट वर्कशॉप्स की थी स्कूल स्टूडेंट्स के साथ, पर सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज़ जो मेरे उसमें पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू निकला था कि पेरेंट्स का जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट होता है, पेरेंट्स, हम सब लोग पेरेंट्स हैं, मेरा भी बेटा है, लेकिन हम खुद अपना समय बचाने के लिए ये खाना नहीं खा रहा उसको मोबाइल दे दो वो कर लेता है. आजकल क्योंकि एक फिल्म बनाई थी एंगर मैनेजमेंट के ऊपर, उसमें जो केस स्टडीज जितने भी लिए उसमें यही था कि पेरेंट्स जो है वो समय नहीं देते हैं. तो मेरा मैम आप अब अमित जी से तो मेरा इसलिए नहीं बोल सकता, वो तो एंटरटेनमेंट दुनिया के उनका काम ही है कि एंटरटेनमेंट करना, कि भाई जितना देखोगे उतना अच्छा. मैं बोलूँ कि साहब आप टीवी ना देखें तो अमित कहेंगे कि ये तो गलत कर रहे हैं आप, तो कि आप न्यूज़ चैनल नहीं देखेंगे, एबीपी न्यूज़ नहीं देखेंगे तो गड़बड़ा जाएगा मामला. लेकिन पर जो
एक दिन
सिचुएशन,
डिजिटल डिटॉक्स करने के बाद अगले दिन एक्स्ट्रा वीडियोस देख लीजिए, बराबर बैलेंस हो जाएगा। आप बहाना बना रहे हैं।
वो भी है, प्लस मेरा ये कहना है कि जब ये सिचुएशंस आती है, हम स्टूडेंट्स के लिए तो काउंसलिंग सेशन रखते हैं, तो एज ए टीचर और एज ए पेरेंट दोनों रोल आप लोग अदा करते हैं। तो इस सिचुएशन के लिए क्या रेमेडी है कि क्या हम करें कि जिससे पेरेंट्स भी अवेयर हों और स्टूडेंट्स भी अवेयर हों और दूसरी सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है जो डिजिटल जनरेशन, जो डॉक्टर सक्सेना ने शुरू में जो बात की थी कि हम उसको पूर्ण रूप से नहीं, ये तो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है आजकल की कोई भी इंफॉर्मेशन, तो कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन देखनी है और कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं देखनी है, ये बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट है। कि एक फिल्म आई थी, मैं नाम भूल रहा हूँ, पंकज त्रिपाठी की, पंकज मिश्र त्रिपाठी की एक फिल्म थी जिसमें आमिर खान होता है, सलमान, वो अक्षय कुमार है, ओ माय गॉड, उसको पता ही नहीं क्या सही है क्या गलत है। तो कोई तो ऐसी जगह है जहां पे हम डिस्कस कर सके। हम सेक्स एजुकेशन की बात बहुत करते हैं, बहुत सारे सेमिनार करते हैं, तो मेरा ये एक प्रश्न है, और अगर आप तीनों में से कोई भी उसका जवाब देते वेल या तीनों दे दें तो वेल, और अमित इस पे जरूर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू दें कि कंटेंट उसने दिया है बट कि और क्या कर सकते हैं कि दोनों को अवेयर किया जा सके। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
सर, इसमें पहली चीज़ तो ये है कि ये जो प्रॉब्लम है ना कि कंटेंट कौन सी इंफॉर्मेशन लेनी है नहीं लेनी है, ये कई बार इंडिविजुअल डिफरेंसेस के ऊपर आ जाती हैं। कि जैसे मेरे लिए शायद कुछ इंफॉर्मेशन होगी जो मुझे 4 चीज़ें और देखने के बाद ही मेरा वो जो कंजम्पशन ऑफ दैट नॉलेज है वो पूरा हो सकता है, बट अमित का हो सकता है कि एक चीज को ही देख के वो कंप्लीट हो जाए। तो इसके लिए जो हम लोग अपने स्कूल में करते हैं, दैट इज व्हाट आई कैन ओनली टेल कि डेफिनेटली वी हैव सेशंस, हम लोग काउंसलिंग सेशंस करते हैं विथ द पेरेंट एंड द चाइल्ड। बट हम लोग जब वो सेशंस करते हैं, वी एंश्योर दैट वी डू नॉट हैव इट इन वेरी लार्ज ग्रुप। हम बहुत लार्ज ग्रुप में नहीं करते हैं उसको, बिकॉज वहां पे इफेक्टिवनेस ऑफ दैट काउंसलिंग वॉशेस ऑफ। तो हम लोग उसको स्मॉल ग्रुप्स में करते हैं। बट कुछ केसेस ऐसे हैं जहां पे कि केसेस सीवियर हो जाते हैं। कुछ बच्चे ऐसे हैं जहां पे कि डिजिटल कंजम्पशन की वजह से उनका जो एक थॉट प्रोसेस है वो बिल्कुल डिविएट हो चुका है, एंड दे आर जस्ट नॉट इनटू द फोकस टुवर्ड्स देयर एकेडमिक्स और इवन स्पोर्ट्स। कोई हम लोग वी डू नॉट से दैट यू ओनली हैव टू गो, मतलब एक दिशा में आप, यू कैन बी डाइवर्जेंट, बट द थिंग इज दैट कि अगर हमें ऐसा लगता है देन वी डेफिनेटली कंडक्ट इंडिविजुअल सेशंस ऑल्सो, एंड आई एज अ प्रिंसिपल एंश्योर कि मैं उस सेशन का पार्ट जरूर रहूं, जिसको हम लोग अपने स्कूल में टीम मीटिंग्स बोलते हैं। टीम मीटिंग्स इन द सेंस नॉट online team meetings, it is with the class teacher, subject teacher, counselor, principal, vice principal, parent, child, and we together have that meeting. तो वो हम लोग individual 101 करते हैं, and that really is very impactful. But sir, इसमें एक चीज मैं जरूर बोलना चाहूंगी कि बहुत दुख की बात ये है कि आजकल most of the parents are unaware कि उनका बच्चा actually feel क्या कर रहा है उन्हें नहीं पता है, because they are not spending क्वालिटी टाइम विद देयर चिल्ड्रन। जब मैं उनसे पूछती हूँ कि आप संडेज को क्या करते हैं, आप संडे को अपने बच्चे के साथ फिल्म देखने जाते हैं या कहीं उसे घुमाने जाते हैं या कहीं एक पिज्जा या बर्गर या कहीं कुछ भी खिलाने पिलाने, मैडम हमारे पास टाइम का, हम तो सुबह निकलते हैं रात को आते हैं, संडे भी हमारा ऑफिस होता है। मैं उनसे सिर्फ यही पूछती हूँ कि आप ये सब सिर्फ पैसा कमाने के लिए ही तो कर रहे हैं, और पैसा किसके लिए कमा रहे हैं आप? यू आर अर्निंग फॉर योर चिल्ड्रन, और अगर आप उन्हें ही समय नहीं दे पा रहे हैं तो देयर इज नो पॉइंट ऑफ हैविंग ऑल दिस। तो हम लोग इस तरीके के सेशंस करके डेफिनेटली आई विल से कि मैं 100% तो नहीं सोसाइटी चेंज कर पा रही हूं, बट अगर हमने 100 में से 4 लोगों का भी माइंडसेट अगर हमने चेंज कर लिया तो वी बिलीव कि एज एजुकेटर्स हम वी हैव डन अ बिग जॉब।
There has to be some control, some regulation on part of the government as well. आज की डेट में एक 8 साल का बच्चा भी फेसबुक, इंस्टा, ट्विटर, if they have access, so there is no control on that. The government should do something. Like अगर if an 18-year-old wants to open an Insta account, Aadhaar card number or some social security number, something like they have to ensure that goes into the portal and that makes it inaccessible to a child. It is the easy access only which is making it all the more rampant and difficult for everyone. Similarly, अगर when the child can make multiple accounts, multiple accounts भी है, तो parent का भी आधार कार्ड और some identification code of the parent. So this will, I think, help. Otherwise, every child has multiple accounts. There is one account which they share with their family, one Insta account for their close friend circle, and I think this will help. So,
बच्चों के जितने भी सोशल मीडिया पे अकाउंट होते हैं वो पेरेंट्स को पता होते हैं, तो आप पेरेंट्स सरकार के ऊपर जिम्मेदारी डाल के नहीं बच सकते। आपको खुद देखना पड़ेगा कि उसने, और बच्चे और पेरेंट्स बहुत सारे केसेस में तो खुशी खुशी बनाते हैं अकाउंट, पेरेंट्स ही बना के दे देते हैं उनको अकाउंट, और आप पहले ही लेवल पे उनको सिखा रहे हैं कि झूठ कैसे बोला जाता है, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि आपका बच्चा 10 साल का है या आपका बच्चा 5 साल का है, आपने उसका अकाउंट बना के दे दिया, उसको आपने एक्टिवेट भी कर दिया, आप खुद उनकी फ्रेंड लिस्ट में खुद ही शामिल हैं, जबकि सरकार की तरफ से सीधे सीधे रूल बने हुए हैं कि आप फेसबुक पे किस एज में शामिल होंगे या इंस्टा पे किस एज में शामिल होंगे, तो आपने खुद ही मैनिपुलेट करके उनको बर्थ के साथ ही सिखा दिया कि हम लॉ को वायलेट करके तुम्हारा अकाउंट बना रहे हैं, तुम उसको ऑपरेट करो। तो प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी तो पेरेंट्स की है, सरकार की नहीं है यहाँ पे प्राइमरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी।
Science Olympiad, National Science Olympiad, everyone is aware of that. When you are filling the data, it asks for the email ID of the child, by the way. ठीक है? So how can you expect an 8-year-old to have his own email ID? So it's not that the parent, definitely the parents, they have a full view of what the child is doing. But अगर आप गवर्नमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से भी देखें, तो आप कैसे एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं when we tell them, अच्छा you write the email ID of your parent. So it's both ways.
सर, जो पेरेंट्स को पता होता है ना, वो तो जेन्युइन अकाउंट होता है। आजकल के बच्चों के 5-6 अकाउंट होते हैं और ऐसे ऐसे नाम से होते हैं कि आप ढूंढ भी नहीं सकते। एंड व्हाट दे डू इज कि एक ऐप डाउनलोड किया, जो भी मैसेजेस करने हैं तो उसके बाद वो ऐप ही डिलीट कर देते हैं, तो आपको नामो निशान भी नहीं मिलेगा। तो हम जहां सोचते हैं, जहां से हमारी सोच खत्म होती है, और आजकल के बच्चों की वहां से शुरू होती है।
5 साल के बच्चे को नहीं पता अकाउंट बनाएगा, 5 साल के बच्चे का भी बना
नहीं, वो कुछ पेरेंट्स जरूर बनाते हैं, लेकिन आज की डेट में 5-6 साल के बच्चे भी इतने स्मार्ट हैं, मतलब वो आपके सामने इस तरीके से लैपटॉप चलाएगा जितना शायद जो स्टेनोग्राफर बैठा होता कोर्ट के आगे वो भी नहीं चलाता। तो इट हैपेंस।
आज की डेट में तो सर न्यूबॉर्न जो चाइल्ड का फोटोशूट होता है हॉस्पिटल में, तभी से अकाउंट स्टार्ट हो जाते हैं।
Parents
Instagram accounts, YouTube, right?
Actually, I agree with sir that to some extent parents are responsible because everybody is busy in their own lives. And for example, if there is a small child और उसको खाना खिलाना है, if you are just making the child eat, it will take you half an hour. कुछ बोल के, कुछ स्टोरी सुना के, कुछ भी करके you will need at least half an hour. But if you just switch on your mobile and put a cartoon there, and the child will be so engrossed in the cartoon that whatever you are putting in his mouth, he will eat. And your work becomes easier. But you do not understand that in a way now you are developing, the child is developing that habit. 2 दिन 4 दिन 1 महीना आपने ये किया, आफ्टर दैट द चाइल्ड विल नॉट ईट until or unless you give him that mobile. True. I know a child, छोटा सा बच्चा scrolling down and playing games on the mobile, अपनी उंगली थक गई, scrolling on the phone, सिस्टर की उंगली लेके उससे खेल रहे हैं. They are so engrossed, they are so used to doing this. So we are somehow responsible because we are, giving them that habit. I agree to this.
And it is a very deceptive world. Like there are apps like Snapchat, you post a photo and it gets deleted on its own within a few seconds. So it is something which is very deceptive, which can deceive a parent very easily. You enter into a room, the child is sitting on laptop, you think he's doing his assignment, but along with it there are 2 and 3 extra windows that he has opened. So it is a very difficult and a challenging task on part of the parents. the regulatory bodies, everybody. And we all have to collaboratively work towards finding a solution to it.
I think you have very rightly put it, ma'am. Like each and every technology, this digital technology also has its own pros and cons. We were little susceptible when the computers were launched, when the mobile phones came, and same thing is happening now with the AI and virtual reality which we are going to face. So I think the proper balance and the responsibility of all the stakeholders, be it the educators, parents, children themselves, we cannot just shy away from our responsibility. So all of us need to work collectively to have the bright and good future for our generations to come. So with this, we conclude our panel discussion. Thank you so much, all of you, for your valuable time. Before the formal vote of thanks, we would like Amrit sir to please come forward and felicitate our esteemed panelist. Yes, sir. So we can do one by one.
Ma'am.